Thanks, Deb. Yes, we're in the WRTI Performance Studio with members of Nashirah, the Jewish Chorale of Philadelphia, and Artistic Director Julia Zavadsky is here. This is in advance of their concert, Sunday, May 19th, a concert called Love in Every Language. And this is a concert that was put together in memory of victims of the various shootings this year.
Yes, absolutely. This is our response to a tragic events that took place this year in Pittsburgh, in San Diego, in Sri Lanka, and in New Zealand.
And so the people you've brought with you today, Julia, are how many singers out of how many total?
So we have about 18 singers here out of 27.
And you also have some instrumentalists here.
We do. We have Soyan Ben, who is our accompanist and vocal coach with us today. And we have Patricio Acevedo, who will be playing guitar.
That's great. Well, let's get to some music. The first piece will be introduced by Ruth Ryav.
Yes. So we start in the land of the Bible, Israel. Our first piece is Sena Arena by Yeheskel Braun. Although born in Germany, Yeheskel Braun moved to Israel at the age of 2 and lived there until 2014 when he died. He was the winner of the 2001 Israel Prize and was one of Israel's most treasured and prolific composers and a personal favorite of Nashirah. We'll be listening to a setting from the Song of Songs, and I'll read the translation. Go forth and see, O daughters of Zion, King Solomon arrive, wearing the crown his mother made to adorn him on his wedding day, on the day of his greatest joy. Daughters of Zion, come out and see in splendor the great King. And the song is joyous, it is majestic, it is loving, and although it modulates frequently between major and minor, it ends in a brilliant A major chord.
You're listening to WRTI, live from the Performance Studio, Nashirah.
Sena urena benot Zion, Bamelech Shelomot. 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 Ma'atara shehitraro, 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 imotido, hatunato, hatunato. Ma'atara shehitraro, 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 imotido, hatunato, hatunato. Sena urena benot Zion, Bamelech Shelomot. Sena urena benot Zion, Bamelech Shelomot. Ma'atara shehitraro, 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 imotido, hatunato, simchat v'yom, simchat v'yom, simchat v'yom, simchat v'yom, simchat v'yom, simchat v'yom, simchat v'yom. Simchat libo, simchat libo, simchat libo. Sena urena benot Zion, Bamelech Shelomot. Sena urena benot Zion, Bamelech Shelomot. Sena urena ציון המלך שלמה. צאנה אורנה בנות ציון. המלך שלמה, שלמה, שלמה.
Beautiful. If you are just joining us, we are in the WRTI Performance Studio with the members of Nashirah, the Jewish Chorale of Philadelphia, and I'm here with Artistic Director Julia Zavadsky. Julia, that was beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Could you talk a little bit about the chorale? And the repertoire is very broadly defined as Jewish music.
Yes, absolutely. That's why I was really excited when I was offered a job with Nashirah, because I was given a pretty large playground to play with. The Jewish repertoire, meaning it might be just pieces that written by Jewish composers or pieces with a Jewish text. They don't have to be sacred or secular as long as there is a connection. So there is a pretty wide definition of Jewish music.
And part of your mission, I understand, is to let people know that there is a wide variety of works.
Absolutely. We consider it our purpose, not just to sing a Jewish repertoire at the highest level possible, but also to bring it out of Jewish audiences to the general public.
And I understand you're also doing collaborations with other groups. So it's not just taking Jewish music out into the community, it's sharing of music from other cultures.
Absolutely, absolutely. We've done programs with Singing City of Philadelphia. We have done programs with Philadelphia Voices of Pride. We are planning a beautiful program with Choral Arts and the choristers, with Donald Thompson and Heritage Chorale. So there is so many collaborations. And what is really wonderful that after a tragic events that took place this year, the conductors of various community choirs are reaching out and asking to join them with building a program in response to these events.
That's great. And music is such a wonderful response to some of the horrible things that are happening in the world. So this program is called Love in Every Language, and I understand it's a very personal program for you.
Absolutely. I'm an immigrant myself, so I happened to leave Ukraine when I was 19. As a Jew, it was pretty inevitable thing to do, and I lived in Israel, and then I came here, and choral music kept me together, and love for choral music was the only constant that I had in my life. So Love in Every Language represents that.
So what is the next piece we're going to hear?
We're gonna sing a piece by Palestinian composer that was commissioned especially for this concert. By the way, this concert, we performed it last month in New York, and this is a repeat of the concert. This is a collaboration between my wonderful colleague and friend, cantor Natasha Hirschhorn. Her and I commissioned a piece from Wissam Gibran, who I met last year while teaching students in Israel about making Jewish and Arabic music in Israeli communities together.
And so this particular piece is what?
This particular piece based on the famous book of Khalil Gibran called The Prophet. We are going to be singing an excerpt from this piece, and the text, love is sufficient and to love. We're thinking about the fact that love is a bigger feeling than what we think of it usually.
You're listening to WRTI, live from the WRTI Performance Studio. We're also streaming a video live. You can go to our website and click on the link, and it will take you right to the YouTube. Wonderful. And that was an excerpt from That Love.
Yes, that was an excerpt from That Love that was written by Wissam Gibran, who lives in Nazareth, and it will be sung in Arabic and English.
Great. Now, moving from one culture to another, Meredith Klein. You are also the artistic director of the Philadelphia Tango School.
That's right, yes. And also the Philadelphia Tango Festival.
And that's very appropriate for the next piece, I understand.
It sure is, because we're singing a Sephardic folk song that has actually been tangoized. It originated somewhere in Europe and made its way to the Americas, where we're singing an arrangement by Joshua Jacobson, which has a lot of Argentine tango rhythms in it.
And I saw it described as a Latino folk song. What does that mean?
Ladino is a language. It's Judeo-Spanish. So it's the language of the Spanish Jews who were exiled from Spain in 1492 and made their way around the world eventually, from the Middle East and the Ottoman Empire, Europe, and then to the Americas, and brought this song with them.
You're listening to WRTI live from the Performance Studio. If you're just listening, if you're just joining us, we're listening to Nashirah, the Jewish Chorale of Philadelphia, singing highlights from their upcoming concert, Love in Every Language. That was beautiful. Okay, now we'd like to talk to two members of the group who have been here since its founding. Art Feldman.
Yes, we've been together since 2002 as a chorale. And when we first met in someone's living room and a variety of living rooms and decided we needed a chorale that was at a high level, auditioned chorale that would sing Jewish theme music. And we were all singers for many years in our own lives, and this gave a wonderful opportunity to sing together.
And where did the name come from, Cynthia?
So the name is from the Hebrew word to sing, which is lashir, and it's a biblical word, and it means we shall sing. It's a very joyful name.
And so what has it been like for you singing in the group all these years, Art?
It's been like another family for me. It's been a wonderful experience to sing in different venues and to meet people from different walks of life. Personally, as a physician, and we have other physicians and medical people in the chorale, it's a way to express yourself in another way than what we do day to day, and a good connection with my patients, actually.
Well, now this next piece, Cynthia, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, I can. The next piece is called Die Mama is gegangen. I happen to love it. It's a very fun piece. It's a Yiddish folk song that was done by Theodore Bickel. And then a few years ago, Charles Davidson, who is the cantor emeritus at Congregation Adeth Jeshurun, arranged it for Nashirah. He's a very remarkable man and a very well-known liturgical contemporary composer of Jewish music. And it's a love song, but a much more lighthearted one. And it's sung by a young man whose mother went to the market to buy some coal, and she brought him back a Polish beautiful girl. And he calls her his little kitten. And then his mother goes back to the market to buy some cabbage. And she brings him back another girl that got off a coach. And she's also beautiful. She has beautiful teeth. And he calls her his little kitten. But then he says, I eat almonds and I drink wine, but there is one girl that I will never stop loving. She has beautiful black hair, and she is my little kitten.
And can you hear this humor in the music?
Oh, absolutely. And you'll see in the expressions, the oys, or the little expressions of joy and surprise, I guess, throughout this song.
So the men sing the young man's part, and the women offer Jewish commentary.
That's right.
Wonderful. You're listening to WRTI Live, members of Nashirah.
Gegangen im Makaron und hat sie mir gebracht am Mädel von Wolf. Ist das am Mädel, das schönste ohne Weihnacht, mit dem schwarzen Regenle und Lächeln Mann. Die Mama ist gegangen im Makaron und hat sie mir gebracht am Mädel von Wolf. mit den weißen Zähnen, Ketzele, Mann. Ich hab gegessen Mandeln, ich hab getrunken Wein, ich hab geliebt am Mädel, ich kann auch hier nicht sein. Heu ist das am Mädel, das schönste ohne Feine, mit der schwarze Herrele, Ketzele, Mann. Ketzele, Ketzele, Wein.
Wonder how that story worked out. If you're just joining us, we're in the WRTI Performance Studio with Nashirah. They're singing highlights of their upcoming concert, Love in Every Language. And now we'd like to hear from Howard.
Hi.
Howard Winter.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. You're going to tell us about the next song.
I am. Very different from the last song. We're going to be a little bit more serious and maybe a little melancholy. This is a song called Chupat HaTchelet, which translates from the Hebrew as a sky blue canopy. It was written by an Israeli songwriter and poet, Rachel Shapira. The music is by a very well-known Israeli composer, Nurit Hirsch. And it really perfectly captures a reflective, almost melancholy mood, which, according to the composer, was meant as a love song to Jerusalem. So again, a song in a more serious vein than what you've just heard.
Moving. I suppose Jerusalem is so important to so many people.
It is. It's central to everything we do.
Okay. You're listening live from the WRTI Performance Studio to Nashirah.
Thank you.
That was beautiful, heartfelt. This program that you're singing for us today in WRTI really does demonstrate the variety in terms of the music in your repertoire.
That was absolutely the goal, to show the wide array of Jewish music that comes from so many different cultures, but it unites us in our traditions, and there's so much love in our music that we are looking forward to share next Sunday.
And you also are reaching out to people from other cultures with your work.
Absolutely, absolutely. That is the most important aspect of the work that we do here.
Great. So the last piece we'll hear, Howard Winter.
No, Hal Goldberg.
Oh, wait,
That's
sorry.
okay.
Right.
That's okay.
Thank you for correcting me. So Hal,
Yes.
what is the last piece we'll hear?
The last piece is called Kala Kala. It's the second of 5 Hebrew love songs from the composer Eric Whitacre. Kala Kala actually means light bride. There are not a lot of words in the song. It's a very happy song and fun. It translates as light bride. She is all mine, and lightly she will kiss me. The song has beautiful bass and tenor lines in it, and the sopranos and altos really have a lot of fun also, kind of in a dancing way in the song, which you'll have an opportunity to hear in just a moment.
You're listening to WRTI live from the Performance Studio, Nashirah. Joyous. That was beautiful. Great way to send us out into this May Day. And thank you so much for coming, all of you, and giving us highlights. This is Nashirah. They're performing on Sunday, May 19th at the Curtis Institute of Music, a program called Love in Every Language. It's beautiful.
Thank you, Susan, so much for having us. It was a joy to be here.
And after this concert, what's up for you? Do you take the summer off?
Yes, we are taking a summer off, and then we will start to prepare for our upcoming concert in December, the collaboration between Nashirah and Choral Arts. That will be a program of psalms that we are very much looking forward to as well.
Excellent. Well, thank you again for coming today, and good luck with your concert, Love in Every Language. Back to you, Deb.